Do you ever feel like American politics is just one big clown show? Well, today we're going to talk about why that is. As always, this video is sponsored by Prime IV. All right, so you might recall back in August, Donald Trump, the very bad Donald Trump, was raided by the FBI in his Mar-a-Lago residence on August 8th. And he had some very sketchy files tucked away in that Mar-a-Lago residence. We don't know what they are, of course, not yet. Hopefully, one day they'll be declassified. But it was almost assuredly something extremely damning and something that would send him to jail for a very long time. And it was this big deal, maybe even a reason why he wouldn't be able to run for president, or could even be in jail. Um, and I for one, I didn't think this was particularly great news for Donald Trump. I didn't think this was a great look for him. I don't think that it was any sort of a grand conspiracy either. I think that this was just Donald Trump being stupid, like he always is, and bringing some sentimental. Not sentimental is the wrong word, because it's not like these files were like, making him really relive the time as a president, but rather, files that maybe stoked his ego a bit. I don't know, some mementos, something to show off at a dinner party. And man, this was big. This was bad for Republicans. This was bad for Trump. Um, in fact, Joe Biden I think he was on 60 Minutes, literally said, someone asked him, like, what do you think of Mar-a-Lago and Donald Trump being in possession of these documents? And he just looks at the camera in his just serious Joe Biden way. I just can't believe anyone could do something so irresponsible. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in the last few weeks, we found out that none other than Joe Biden himself has been in possession of a lot of classified documents. So, according to Time, they have found documents in the Penn Biden Center office in Washington D.C., which I believe were the first documents found. After that, his private residence. They found them in his library attached to the garage, as well as the garage itself. And one of my favorite things, people have been posting this on the internet, but literally that he said he put them next to his Corvette. There are videos of Joe Biden pulling in, like talking to people. It wasn't like some crazy paparazzi, but he was actively engaging with people, pulling into his garage in his Corvette, and you can see off to the corner, like next to his Corvette, a pile of crap, and you can tell that there is maybe like a filing cabinet, something in there that could definitely contain documents. So we've literally seen the very location um, of these documents, and and his response is great too. He literally said, he's like, it's not like these things are just like floating around. They're in a secure location in my garage, which I don't think anyone considers their garage to be a secure location. Um, so my along with the same Time article, my favorite thing ever, they literally say the situation is eerily reminiscent of former President Donald Trump's possession of classified documents. Yeah, yeah, it is. And this looks really bad for Joe Biden and his supporters. And again, I want to make it really clear. These classified documents, I do not believe that these are, I don't know, some sort of espionage. I don't think there's a grand conspiracy here. I literally think Donald Trump is an idiot and Joe Biden is an idiot. Um, it does seem like Joe Biden, he claims to have, like, it seems like Donald Trump was very aware of these documents. I mean, to Joe Biden's credit, as soon as he found out about them through his lawyers, he turned them over to the National Archives. Um, but like, he didn't seem like even aware of them. And Donald Trump did seem aware of them. So I just think it's like a different kind of a stupidity. It's literally like Donald Trump is just extremely prideful, just wants to keep them. He does have some sort of an argument saying that as the president of the United States, he has, he can declassify documents. There's not really any like proof that he did that with these documents. But Joe Biden just seems like an old man who literally just forgot that they were there for the last like 8 years. Um, so that's fantastic. Um, like, I'm seeing a lot on the internet too about the intent. Like, Donald Trump wanted these, like he's trying to keep them, and it's like Joe Biden just didn't know. I don't think these people understand. The intent does not matter. It doesn't matter at all. In fact, because of the fact that Joe Biden has these documents, Merrick Garland um, will not prosecute. Like, it's not going to happen. You can't prosecute one and not the other, and he's not going to do both. So this is just going to blow over. But at the very least, in a 2024 matchup between Biden and Trump's, if that happens, that is not ammunition that either can use on the other. And if they did, I would be stunned because the other one can just say right back at you. I don't think like people are saying this is like this just looks awful for the way they're reacting. Like Trump reacts and Biden reacts. I honestly think any politician would react this way. Like I think Biden has done it in like he shot himself in the foot from the beginning because he said it was irresponsible. He said it was awful, which makes him a total hypocrite. So now he just looks like an idiot. He looks like a hypocrite. However, now he's trying to comply the best way he can just for good PR. I just don't think it. I think it's too late. Like he's doing all right. At least Donald Trump kind of stuck to his guns and was like, "No, I at least meant to do this." But Biden just looks like a total idiot. The thing is, though, is Biden does this like, and I honestly see this as a large scale problem in the Democratic Party in general. But you see Republicans that obviously do stupid stuff. They do things that totally betray the trust of the American people all the time. I'm not denying that. But then you have Democrats who publicly come out and they just rip on them. They attack them, and then they do the same exact thing. Like this is not a Republican Democrat thing. This is just a politician thing. And if they'll just admit that this is the game that they're playing, and kind of just say like, I did it, then that's one thing. But to literally come out and say the other side is evil, they're awful, don't follow them, and then just go and do the same thing is much worse to me than if they had just done it and owned up to it. Like I said, the documents that Biden has, that Trump has, I don't really believe that either of them, have these like crazy things in them that really ought to be kept super secret. I could be wrong. Like again, we'll find out one day what are in these documents. Hopefully, I just think it's stubbornness, pride, stupidity. Biden changes his tune on things like this all the time, though. I mean, literally from the beginning of his presidency, he like before his presidency as a senator, Joe Biden was anti-abortion. He was anti-illegal immigration. He was pro-marriage, pro, heterosexual marriage. He has changed his tune on all of these policies. And this is the difference. So you can say, you know what? I was younger. I didn't fully understand these issues. Times have changed. Now I, suddenly believe that women should have the right to an abortion, that immigrants should just be able to come in the millions from our southern border, and marriage is also between two men or two women. Okay, I disagree with that, but you could say that, and you could just say, as I've talked to other people, this is what I've learned. I've changed my mind. That's okay, and in fact, that's not allowed too much in our American politics, and I think it should be more allowed. People should be able to change their opinions, but that's not what people do. What people do is they pretend like that was always their opinion, and then they shame and they mock the people that had the opinion that they once had themselves. That is hypocritical, and I just that in of itself makes that person completely uncredible and a sham. This is what I see happening in the Democratic Party, especially with Joe Biden. I mean, his whole presidency has been filled with him coming in as this moderate liberal. Frankly, as a senator, he was almost like, from today's standards, he looks more conservative. And now he's gone completely over to the progressive side to pander to them. And I don't even know if that's what he really believes, but it's what he's got to do to stay in power. So those are my thoughts on Joe Biden and his classified documents. Absolutely hypocritical. And I don't even know what to say. It's just funny. Like at some point you have to look at it and just laugh and hope that the American people will kind of see through that and all just laugh together, but not allow politicians like that to be in power anymore. But hey, thanks for checking out this video, everyone. Let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe and like if you enjoyed this video.